Hey, hi, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to our session. So, it's day 16 of our ongoing Power BI sessions, friends. So, we have successfully completed 15 sessions, right? So, it's almost, we are close to our journey. So, before we start, we'll quickly recap what we have covered yesterday. Then we'll go for the actual topic. Yeah, good evening, friends. So, in the last class, we have understood the combination charts that we have, right? So we have column charts combined with the line chart. So the combination charts are in the second row. We have stacked column and line chart and clustered column and line chart, the combo charts. So when do we generally, choose these combination charts are when you want to compare your actual with profit. When you want to compare actual and target, then you can go with combination charts. Why? The reason is we have y-axis and secondary y-axis. Okay, over a period you can compare your actual on y-axis and your target on secondary y-axis, but make sure the scale should be same. The scale of these two columns, the fields should be same. Yep, done. Then next to combination charts, we also discussed the pie chart. What is the purpose of pie chart, friends? Pie chart helps us to represent shares, proportions, percentages. Yes. Okay. So this pie chart is an old visualization that we are using. Probably we have studied in our school days. So long back. Okay, so you can also format the values. The formatting options change, friends, because it's a visualization which is in circle. The data is represented in a circle, right? Next to pie chart, we also discussed donut chart, a similar chart to pie chart, but the only difference that makes between pie chart and donut chart is, you know, the visualization. Only one circle, and we'll observe an inner circle with respect to donut chart. The purpose is same, to represent shares or percentages or proportions. Same. Okay, the formatting options are also same. Then, okay, before we discussed the funnel chart, we also discussed the scatter chart. Okay, a scatter plot is used to understand the relation between two columns. Excuse me. So the data will be represented using the scatter, and this scatter plot tells us three things. One is direction, then strength, and the third one will be linearity. Okay, so if you have the right data and if you feel to find the relation, the correlation between the columns, the fields, then go and visualize the scatter plot. Right. So after discussing scatter chart, we also discussed funnel chart. Funnel chart is for, what is the purpose of visualizing a funnel chart? Funnel chart is generally used to visualize progressive reduction data. So if you have the data in if there is any data in a reduction manner, okay, in order to visualize such kind of data, then funnel chart makes sense, friends, right? Yes. So this is the last chart that we have discussed yesterday. Today we'll take our discussion a bit further. a few more important charts, probably R visualization, then Python visuals, then map visuals we'll discuss, and also tree map. Okay, so we'll discuss all these visualizations in today's class. I'm taking a new report, so I'll start with probably, okay, let me start with Python visual. Friends, in order to visualize the data using Python visual, you should be familiar with you know Python programming, isn't it? Yes. What is the use of Python visual and R visual is we integrate Python with Power BI. Integrate is nothing but we are connecting Python and Power BI. Okay. Then in the same way, R visual integrating R with Power BI. Oh, so whoever have attended the previous program, okay, in which we have discussed Python programming language for the first 15 to 20 days, you know, at least you should have a basic understanding of Python, at least, so that you can understand how you are going to get Python visuals in Power BI. Okay, right. So first of all, we'll discuss Python visual, then I'll go with R visual, then also I'll discuss with the map, and finally tree map. So in order to visualize a Python visual, you see, I'll click on, I'll redo it. I'm loading Python visual to report. Observe friends. This PY is representing a Python visual. So the moment I click on this visual, 1 minute. Yep. The moment I click on the Python visual, you see it's loading to the report. What's happening here? Apart from loading, it is also giving some space where we are supposed to write the Python script. Oh, that's what we are discussing. If you are not comfortable in Python language, you cannot visualize Python visuals. Okay, you cannot visualize Python visuals. Right. I'll assume that all of us are comfortable in Python language. Okay, then I'll proceed a bit further. Okay, so it is asking us you need to enable script visuals. It means this particular area to bring to begin creating Python script. Script visuals can execute script code that may contain security or privacy risks. So the moment you click on this enable, you know, you can have the code. You can write your script, Python script. But is it enabled or disabled? It's still in disabled field. It is still in disabled status. In order to enable it, drag fields into this values area in the visualization pane to start scripting. Where do we have this values area? This one, friends. So under this, if you drag any one of the column on which you are going to work, only then it gets enabled. Only then it gets enabled. But okay, I'll drag a field, that's fine. Will I get Python visual after giving the Python script? No, no. See, what's happening is, as we have discussed earlier, Python visuals and R visuals, both of them, when you are trying to visualize your data using Python visuals and R visuals, make sure that in your local system, okay, whatever the system that you are using, it should have these softwares installed. They should be pre-installed. Oh, Akhil, what if I don't install these softwares? If you don't install Python or R, R language, then it does not visualize you a visual. You cannot visualize any of these charts. For sure, you should have both Python and R in order to work on these two visuals. Okay. So Python again, should I have the ideally? Yes. See, I'll direct because the installation and all is very easy, friends. Anyhow, I don't have ideally. I have Anaconda Navigator. It is, it's a community. Anaconda is a community that supports this data science community where it comes up with a package. It provides us a list of IDEs. Okay, so as a group, as a bundle, it provides all these IDEs. So I don't have ideally in my system. Anyhow, I have Anaconda Navigator. Okay, which by default has Python, the Python software. But should I go with Anaconda Navigator? No, not required. At least if you have Python software, at least if you have Python ideally, that's more than enough. Okay, so what is the process, friends? You open any of the browser. Okay, just give me a minute. Yep, you open any of the browser and keep it as Python download. Okay, then click on the first link. This is the official site of Python, friends. So you can download the Python from here. Okay, so the recent version is 3.13.2. So it is downloaded. After downloading it, you'll have a .exe file. So this is the file for Python software. So the executable file, and just even the steps are very simple. You just click on the next button. It gets installed. So if you don't have this Python software installed, you cannot visualize our Python visuals in Power BI. So Akhil, I have completed this Python software installation. Can I directly go and visualize Python visuals? No. Make sure you also go and check whether this Power BI has detected the Python location or not. What do you mean? I mean to say, go to file option, and you see the list of options towards the left side. Yes. Then click on options and settings. Okay. So under option and settings, click on options. A window gets open. Options window get open. Towards the left side, you'll have the list of options again. Go for Python scripting, and under Python scripting, this particular location of Python should be detected by Power BI. In majority of the cases, Power BI detects the path. Power BI will detect the path because it is having the access. Okay, what it does not detect? If it did not detect, make sure you have to browse it. Okay, you navigate to the required location, then make sure you give the path of Python. So this is where I have my Python, and then click on OK. So this is the first step that we have to do, friends. installing the software. Then next, after installing the software, we should also go and check whether the path of this programming language, Python or R, you know, it was detected by Power BI or not. Then under values, so we are done with the basic thing and all. Under values, you're supposed to drag any one of the column. First of all, what kind of visualization shall we go with? So using Python, okay, what visualizations did we visualize so far in the previous sessions? I hope majority of the people have also attended those sessions, right? Yes. So under EDA, we have moments, first moment, second moment, third moment, and fourth moment. And we also have data visualization. So in data visualization, we discussed univariate plots, bivariate plot. Yes. So tell me any one of the plot so that we can go with histogram probably. Yes. Let us start with histogram. So histogram, you know, in order to visualize a histogram, what kind of data we require? First of all, we need numeric data or non-numeric data. Anyhow, histogram also works for non-numeric data. We'll go with numeric data. Okay, so I'm going with total amount. See, I just selected total amount, and after loading the column to the value section, we can see that you know, the script editor got enabled. Okay, now what does it say? It says that, you know, the data frame has been loaded and the duplicates will be dropped. We are supposed to type the script over here in this place. So in order to visualize the data in Python, especially histogram, what is the function that we used, friends? Any idea? Hist is the function. I hope you remember. Yes. So hist comes from which package, which module, which library? Yes, hist is the function which comes from matplotlib. So the first step is importing the required, yes, module. Import matplotlib dot pyplot. We know that all the functions of the univariate and even the bivariate visualizations that we have understood as part of EDA, as part of the previous program, all of them are available in PyPlot sub. Yes, the submodule as PLT. The same code, friends. I'm not even changing a bit. The script is same. Once after completing one line, you can click on enter so that it goes to the next line. Then should I import or should I load the data? Data is not required, friends. We need not load the data because I have already the data here. The data is already imported. Okay, you can directly jump into the code. So the code says plt.hist. Hist is the function coming from pyplot. Then on which column? It is total amount. Total amount is a column, but what is a data frame? Data frame is referred as data set. You see here, line number 3? Yes. So data set dot total amount. So generally, when you keep these two lines and execute in Python, you will have to get a histogram, right? Yes. But you should additionally go with a function called show, which is present inside the same subpackage. Plt dot show. We are done. Done with the script. This much simple. Yes, the same script. We are not changing the Python script. The script will be same. Then make sure you select it. Select the entire script and you have the script editor, right? Towards the right side of the script editor, you will have a play button. Okay, so this is for running the script. Whatever we have given the script, in order to execute, we have a play button. Click on it. So you see it's executing. Then it's done. It's done. Even after it's done, again I still see this Python script editor. So you can collapse it using the arrow mark. Then if you are satisfied, you see this is my histogram for total amount. Okay, once if you feel that you are done, click on the white space. So we are done with the histogram for one column, that is total amount. Then formatting options, again properties. Okay, you can increase the height of the image, width of the image, probably 500. See, so you can change the height and width, then the position where you would like to have it. Okay, then the padding, advanced options and all we have, but this is looking perfect. Okay, then would you like to have the title? So instead of total amount, let me keep it as histogram for total amount. Okay, so bold, I'll make it big. Then probably at the center. Okay, whatever it may be. Then I'm changing the background color as well. Right. The same options, friends. Nothing else. Okay. Then you can also put some efforts. You can format the data. Okay. So on which label you are going to apply, you are supposed to select it. Okay. Then header icons. You also have the header icons and all. So these are the formatting options that we have for Python Visual. Python Visual. In the same way, can I also visualize a box plot? But before that, what is the purpose of a histogram? What does histogram talk about, friends? Come on, use the chat. Histogram talks about the data distribution. What is the difference between histogram periodism? Where do I have histogram here? I mean, see, it's similar, right? I can get the same one using stacked column chart, right? Yes. So, what is the difference is we have achieved this particular histogram using Python. By using the script, I have achieved it. I can customize accordingly. Okay, I can customize my bins. I can customize my the color, whatever it might be. but using Python script. Am I using any Python script here? No. Yes. And moreover, the visualizations that are not present here and that can we can get using Python can be done using this Python visual. Example, do I have box plot in these visualizations? No, I don't see any box plot here. There is no box plot. But using Python, can we get a box plot? Yes, I can. I can get a box plot. In order to know whether there are outliers, there are extreme values in this column, I have to visualize box plot, right? So in the same way, I'll visualize a box plot. The process will be same, friends. Okay, so load a Python visual. A Python visual is loaded. Done. Then the same process. Once after loading a Python visual, make sure you select or drag any one of the field on the same column. Ah, there is a lot of difference, especially when you're working on Python visuals. When you select that particular column, okay, so you'll have the data as is, but when you drag it to the values, you'll get the aggregated values, sum of total amount. The total amount is getting summed up. So you should not have that kind of value because it returns only a single value. Make sure you keep it as don't summarize so that all the values of total amount will be as is of this particular column. Yeah, whatever chart that we can get using Python can be visualized using Python visual. Using this particular visual, Python visual, you can visualize all the visualizations that you can get using Python script. Violent chart, kernel density chart, then QQ plot, scatter plot, heat map. There are n number of visualizations, right? All of them you can get. Okay, right. So this is done. I have added the field. Then I'll expand it. The same process. Type the code. Import matplotlib.pyplot as plt. Then what is the function that we have? It is box plot. Box plot helps us to understand the extreme values. It talks about outliers. So on which column? It is total amount. So make sure you give the same case, friends. Don't change it. Total amount. Okay, done. Additionally, you should also use show function. Once if you're done with your code, make sure you select all the script, then execute. The moment you execute, you'll find the box plot. Understood? We did, there is nothing new, but still, whoever have failed to attend those sessions, probably they may not grab it more. The reason is for understanding Python visual and R visual, you should be aware of these languages first of all. Only then we can visualize the data using Python script or R script. But in general, friends, in the real time, I mean nowadays, no one is using R in the real time. everyone started using Python. It might be for data analysis or for data science applications, AI applications, and all. Everyone started using only Python. Probably, I feel like 1 to 2% of the companies they are still using R. By end of this year, yes, or within hardly 6 to 8 months, even those companies will migrate to Python. So concentrate more on Python instead of R. Okay, right. So again, the same. You find the same options because this is Python visuals, right? So this is box plot and this is histogram. But anything, is there any difference? Yep. With respect to formatting options, they are same. But box plot tells us outliers. I don't see any kind of extreme values, no outliers. And in the same way, you know, we also have histogram which talks about the data distribution. Yes, done. Let us also visualize, one visualization using R so that we can jump to the next visualizations. Okay, right. So I have loaded R visual. Probably no space. Okay. Anyways, I'll adjust over here. So I'm keeping it over here. So again the same, but scenario is same. Only the language is get changed. So far it's Python. Now it's R. Right? So make sure you have R installed. R installation is very easy. Okay. In the same way, go to the R official site, get download R. Okay. Once if you download this .exe file, even the steps are very simple. You can complete all the installation hardly in a minute. In just 1 minute, you can complete R installation. Then the same process, go and check whether the Power BI has detected the R path. So R scripting, make sure it identifies the path of the directory. Only if it is done, you'll get the R visuals. If not, you cannot visualize. Okay. So once this is done, what I do is again the same scenario. In order to visualize, you have to bring one of the column. Only then you'll have the scripting pane. Yes. Now the question: is the code same or not? Is the code same or not? No. Python script is completely different compared to R. Why? Because R is generally used for statistical analysis. Okay. So and moreover, whatever the libraries, the modules that we use in Python, we need not use in the anyhow we have them in R, but they are not required. So Matplotlib that we have used, a data visualization library that was used so far, we need not import it. So then how should I visualize a box plot again? If you want to visualize a box plot using R, okay, you directly keep it as box plot. The function is box plot. Within box plot, the same syntax, data frame, but instead of period that is dot, you'll have dollar. You'll have dollar. So data set dollar. What is a column? It's total amount. That's it. So once you are done, select visualize. Got it. So I'll make it big so that probably I can Excuse me. Am I adjusting? No enough space. Let me also increase its height. Yep, this is good. So what are the changes that you observe? Probably, the box that was present is shaded using R, and I don't see the box that is shaded. Okay, it's empty. It is not shaded. Okay, but what it is trying to say, it is R or Python, the output is same. Slight differences with respect to the script. What are the differences that you observe is with respect to the output visualization. But when you interpret these plots, what is our interpretation? What is our understanding? Our understanding is there are no outliers. There are extreme values. That's it. Right? So you use anything, whatever it might be, uh, you know, it works. Either R or Python. So in the same way, you can also get histogram, then QQ plot, bar plot, kernel density plot, violent plot, or whatever it might be, friends. Okay, so the script will change between R and Python, right? So for Python and R visuals, these two make sure the softwares are available in your machine. If you don't have these softwares, even though if you run the code for multiple times, you'll get it. First of all, it does not display the charts. The visuals will not be displayed. It throws an error stating that you don't have these softwares installed, right? So make sure you install these softwares. Done. So probably I'll name it as Python and R. Let me go bit, you know, towards the right side. Let me add one more report. Now, I hope it's clear. So what I'm trying to say is using Python and R visuals, okay, whatever visuals we have understood, okay, or whatever visuals that are present in Python or R language, you can visualize all of them in Power BI when you integrate Power BI and Python on your data. Okay, so each and every chart can be visualized, but integration should be done. Right. Now let us go and discuss map visuals. So we have, map, field map, and Azure map. Azure map is not possible because we are supposed to connect with Azure and all. So map visual we'll discuss, friends. So this is nothing but this is talking about the Power View. Okay, so we can visualize geospatial data as well. So field map, the difference will be like the map, the area, whatever we are trying to visualize will be filled with the color. Okay, that makes the difference. But we'll visualize map. In order to visualize a map visual or field map or any map related visuals, make sure you have geospatial data. You're working on geospatial data, then you can go and visualize your data using map visual. But do we have any geospatial data? See the options. If you see location, legend, so legend is common. Latitude, longitude, bubble size, so these three are new for us. Then tooltips is also common for us, right? So do we have any information regarding latitude, longitudes? No. I don't have any information, but there is a column. It's location where I have uh, the store locations. I'll take this locations column and I'll add it to the location field. See, I know that there are four locations. So you see the four locations. Houston, then this is San Francisco, Chicago, and New York. How beautiful it is. So you are visualizing a geospatial data. But if you have any data, especially geospatial data, latitudes, longitude data, you can visualize till that extent. Okay, so these Power View, that is map visuals, are designed for visualizing the geospatial data. Okay, so as we don't have geospatial data, we are just confining to location wise data. So we have four locations. Assume that our operations are operating at these locations, four locations, and probably I'll represent the bubbles. These are the bubble sizes, right? I'll represent the bubble sizes using the total amount that I get. So out of the four, where do you see the big size? This one or this one? Houston. Got it? So at Houston, we have more amount collecting. At this particular location, our profits or the amount, whatever you see, you're getting more. Then come next is San Francisco, then New York, and finally Chicago. Okay, so what if you want an additional information apart from total amount? Can I add anything else? No, because under bubble size you have only one field option. You can add only maximum one field. It's occupied. But what if I also want to know the quantity information? Just bring that quantity field to tooltips. So when you hover the mouse, you'll also get the information. 156 quantity of the products got sold, and the amount that was collected is approx $8,000. Then here it's only 120, $7,000. 120 is the same quantity, $6,300, and finally 95, $4,300. Okay, so this is not for the entire year, friends. Only for 1 month. It's January. Okay, only for 1 month we have the sales, the values, different colors for the bubbles. So different colors for the bubbles, probably you can change it here, the formatting. See, everything will be available. That's what I'm saying, right? Everything is available. Only thing is you have to change. So by default, you know, it's blue. You can change it to any other color, and you can change from here. So whatever your color, required color you want to use, you can click on the drop down and give the required color. Okay, the formatting options will be a bit different for map visual and field map visuals. So the map settings, okay, would you like to have it as aerial view? Aerial view. See, these settings, the styles are similar to the styles that we have in our Google Maps. See, when you are actually using Google Maps, we change the settings and all, right, for the maps. In a similar way, we'll have the aerial view, the dark view. See, probably this is not making sense, but some people are interested in general. Light view, okay, grayscale, and finally the road. So whatever you feel better, go with it. Okay, you can also have the labels on. So only if it is putting on the labels, it's making sense. Then the controls. Okay, so would you like to have the auto zoom? Okay, then zoom buttons. I'm making the zoom buttons on. See, wherever I want, I can zoom it. Okay, and also we have lasso button. So we also have the control buttons. If you feel that it's required, you can have it on the map itself. Then category labels, would you make it on? So it will display the labels for these. And a heat map. So probably heat map is not making sense. I'll make it off. So whatever you feel it, better in your case, just go with that, visualization. Just go with that formatting option, friends. Okay, since my data is very less, I'm very confined to just 1 month. I'm unable to show you more. But if you have very big data set, if you're working on multiple locations, obviously nowadays no company is just restricting to one location. They're expanding in different countries, right? So such kind of data, when you're working on such kind of data, you'll enjoy. Literally, when you're viewing, when you're using this Power View visualizations, map or field map or anything, you literally enjoy. The reason is where you are going to get more profits. Okay, so at which location, what is the sales or what is your profit? N number of things can be visualized, right? And moreover, you can make your map very clear. Okay, so this is how we operate, map visuals. But the same thing cannot be done using field map, because field map, if you have more, see, probably I will remove this and I'll get on the location. So only if I especially go to the hostel level, then I can get whether it is filled or not. See, at the hostel level, it got filled. That makes the difference between field map and map visual. So at these particular locations, we have the sales. Okay, in that way, friends. So in the same way, we can also go to San Francisco here. See how it got filled and all. Okay, so might be, for this data set, field map doesn't work because the data is very less, and moreover it's restricting to only 4 places, right? So only map visual will make sense. Yep. Okay, so we also used a map visual, and especially people coming from geospatial engineering, as they deal with the latitudes and longitudes, this particular visualizations under Power View will help them a lot. Okay, it might be the temperature prediction or say the rainfall pressures and all. Okay, so keeping this apart, we'll also discuss one more visualization, that's tree map. Don't, since it has map in the name, it's not a map visual, but tree map is generally used to visualize hierarchical data. Hierarchical data, even I can also visualize the hierarchical data in other visualizations, right? Yes, but for non-categorical data, especially if you have categorical data and if you want to visualize it with respect to hierarchies, so this tree map will visualize the data in rectangles. You see, all of them are different rectangles with the different sizes. Yes, so I'll bring some categories. Probably, what are the? Uh, Okay, so I have used category. Under category field we have four different categories, friends. So clothing, electronics, and all, right? So it's a non-numeric data. And under values, let me bring the total amount. So then I'll see. So first category, second category, third category, fourth category. And if you observe one thing, depending on the values, that is nothing but the total amount that we get from that particular category, the size of the rectangle is decided. Smaller amount from the category, smaller rectangle. Bigger the amount, bigger one. Right? So the shape, the size of the dimensions of the rectangle is decided by the values. Whatever the field that you are trying to use to visualize this categorical data. Okay. The size will be decided by this field. Then we also have product names under the categories. Yes. See how beautiful it is. Under It's very clear. See, under furniture category, these are the different products. What are the different products I have? Memory foam pillow. Okay, anyways, these products are also, there are some mistakes with respect to the data, but you see, there are in total 6 products. How do you identify it? By the color. Then electronics, 5 products. Clothing, how many of them? 5. Grocery, 3. So the size of the rectangle is deciding its amount. Okay, so are you able to visualize the hierarchy? Yes. Under the furniture, under the category, we have the products. So I can clearly visualize them. But the size of the rectangles are decided by the total amount. Yes. Okay, so if you go and visualize the formatting options, would you like to have any legend for better understanding? Yep, make it on so that you'll have a clear understanding which color is talking about which category. Okay, then you'll also have the same friends. Okay, the formatting option for the legend. Let us not waste our time. Then the colors, if you're not satisfied with the default one, go and change them. Okay, so change the required color for the required category. Then the layout. Okay, so the method is squarified. If not, you can go with binary. Okay, so if not, you can go with alternating column source. So yeah, Vish. But for me, I think squarified is best. Okay, within a squarified region, you are able to see all the categories and the products. Then layout. Next to layout, we have data labels. I'll make on the data labels so that you'll get the values here itself. If you're not interested to have the data labels, then make it off. Again, if you would like to have the exact value, make sure you go and make it as none so that you'll have the exact value. In some cases, because of the dimension being very less, probably we are unable to see the value. Then hover your mouse, you'll get the information. Okay, then the category labels as well. Finally, we also have category labels. So the category labels are important because if you don't have the category labels, it doesn't make sense. Right. So what is the other option that we have? We also have tooltips. So if you want to have any other information to be displayed, say for example, what is this? We have quantity. So we'll have the information of quantity as well when you hover your mouse. Clear? Yep. So, excuse me. Friends, we have understood tree map visual as well. Okay, so the formatting options will be same across majority of the visualizations in visualizations pane. Okay, so in the next class we'll discuss the login, the sign in part. Okay, the sign in part will be discussed in the next class. where we are going to start Power BI service. So far, we just created reports. These are different reports. Akhil, how do you say it's a report? Friends, you know, using Power BI desktop, we cannot make dashboards. Okay, so we generally use Power BI service, the next component of Power BI. It's not a component, it's a product of Power BI used to make dashboards. And in report level, as we discussed, the charts interact. Are they interacting? Hmm? Okay, anyways, I did not use location, right? So might be they are not interacting. See, grocery. Because grocery is exactly, it does not have sales across those two. I mean, Chicago and New York. So it is just highlighting these two. How the chart, how it's interacting, you see. See, at these three locations, we have the sales for noise cancelling headphones. See, I hope it's clear. So this is report. At report level only, the charts will interact. Okay. If you go to dashboard, probably coming the next session, we may not create a dashboard because this there is an installation. There are some steps that we have to do. We'll probably make a sample dashboard in the coming session, and I'll show you are the charts interacting or not in dashboard level. Okay, right. So I'll stop it here. If you have any kind of questions, yes, feel free to ask your questions. And I assume that the session went well, right? Thank you, friends. Thank you. So, as I'm keeping on telling the same point, don't just listen to these sessions. If you have free time, go with the data set, try practicing them, okay? So that we'll be clear on these sessions. I mean, we'll be clear on the hands-on part as well, right? So, friends, I hope no questions. 1 minute. Thank you. Thank you for your feedback. So the feedback link has been provided. Before you leave, I request everyone, you know, to subscribe to our channel as well as just give a like before you leave if you feel this session is wonderful. If it is informative, yep. Also share across your friends, your family, your colleagues, or whoever it might be. If they are interested in learning the Power BI sessions, ask them to join, ask them to learn Power BI. And it's better if you have an knowledge on BI tool, right? Yes. Thank you so much, friends. We'll connect in the next session. Until then, take care. Bye. Signing off.